Oh, I'm recording. Hello, fine folks. It's GravityTheGhost here, and it's been a while. So, it's a new year. New year, new me. Nah, same as always. But with a little new thing. I mean, this video is gonna look much better than my past videos have been for the past couple years. Well, actually. Ever since I started the channel, it has been downhill, but it's slowly been moving up. But right now, I think we're almost at the peak, and I think that this year will be a pretty good year for this channel. That's just my opinion, though. So, as you all know, we have been having a very big speculation for the past couple weeks that we're going to be having a Nintendo Direct in January. As of now, as of Tuesday of January 9th, we still have yet to have an announcement, and I just feel like at this point, Nintendo is just messing with us. You know, for the past couple of days, we've been hearing the rumors about it happening on the 11th. We don't know. I don't know, but you never know. You never know what could happen, especially when we don't really know a lot about what's going to come out this year on the Switch. So we're going to have a video talking about predicting, kinda, or whatever, what games could be coming out this year for the Switch from now until the end of the year. So let's get right to it. So first of all, let's talk about games that have already been confirmed for the Switch. We have 3 Nintendo games, you know, Nintendo IPs, and we have a couple third-party games too. I believe 2, maybe. Yeah. So the 3 games I'm talking about is the new Yoshi game for Switch, Kirby Star Allies, and the new Fire Emblem game for Switch that also doesn't have a name. And it's for the 2 games that are coming out on the Switch that are third-party games that are exclusive to Switch is Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, and Project Octopath Traveler. Both of these games have been confirmed to come out in 2018. Like a estimation or whatever, just 2018 in general. But hey, I'm optimistic that it'll come out this year. So let's talk about that. But first, you know, there's actually one game still that actually has a confirmed date, which was the game that was confirmed the latest, which was Bayonetta 1 and 2 pack. That was confirmed at the Game Awards last month, and it was confirmed to come out in February 16th, I believe. So, yeah, there we go. February is going to be for Bayonetta 1 and 2. Now let's talk about the 5 games that have already confirmed for a 2018 release. I'm only going to talk about Nintendo right now. We're going to talk about third party a little bit towards the end of the video. So, with Kirby Star Allies, it's actually funny because this is the only one where you have a closer date. It's confirmed based on the September Direct that was going to come out in spring of 2018. For that, in my opinion, Kirby games, the last major Kirby game was Planet Robobot, which actually came out in June. So I feel like maybe Star Allies could be a June title too. Like one of those, immediately after E3, you can go buy this game. I can see that happening, to be honest. So I think my prediction is going to be that Kirby Star Allies will come out in June. As for the new Yoshi game, it's funny because even though we don't have a name for the Yoshi game and we just have a basic 2018 release window, we've actually seen most gameplay footage than Kirby Star Allies, because it actually got some time in the Nintendo Spotlight and in the Nintendo Treehouse, you know, live gameplay or whatever. And that was really interesting because even though we don't know a name for it, we still got E3 gameplay for it, which is weird. It makes me think that the game is probably going to be coming out in this first quarter, but since that Bayonetta 2 is already coming out in February, and most likely nothing will come out this month because, well, I mean, they're probably just going to use that to announce stuff. So I think that the Yoshi game for 2018 will come out in March. However, I have a little bit of a stretch, or like a little bit of a more of like a speculation prediction, but I'm gonna try to predict what the name might be. You know, Yoshi games really haven't had that too many creative names. I mean, we had Yoshi's Woolly World, Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island, Yoshi's Story. But the thing about this Yoshi game is like the flipping from one side to the other. So I could see it being called Yoshi's Flip Side. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I think Yoshi will come out in 2018 of March. Now let's talk about Fire Emblem. Like I said, we have actually heard nothing from the new Fire Emblem game, which is really weird. I believe that this Fire Emblem, I believe that because of this, I think that we might be seeing the Fire Emblem game a little bit later in the year. Usually Fire Emblem games have come out in the first half of the year, being Fates coming out in February, Shadows of Valencia coming out in May, and Awakening, I believe, coming out in April? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was April. I think. Could be wrong, though. But, I feel like that we'll probably get an announcement at a Nintendo Direct talking about the new Fire Emblem game, and I feel like it'll come out sometime during either late summer or early fall. But my predictions, based on what I've written down and all that, I think it might come out in August. Not super sure. I'm like maybe like 60% sure on that prediction, but I think it might probably happen. But if not, I don't know. We'll figure it out along the way. So yeah, Fire Emblem 2018 in August. Sure, why not? And now let's talk about speculation. Some games that a lot of people are speculating about. So I think it's safe to assume that we probably might be able to get one more Wii U port out of this. And a lot of people are leaning towards Smash, but actually I feel like the one game for Wii U that I think should definitely be ported to Switch is Super Mario Maker. That is honestly one of the only games that really kept the Wii U alive for the entirety of 2015. Well, and the Smash DLC, but I'm talking about new releases here. But I feel like either they could be like a Super Mario Maker Deluxe or Super Mario Maker 2. Either way, I think it would kind of be the same thing. They just add new features and all that. It really would be the same game, but just better. It's like things that I could see in Super Mario Maker 2, like maybe they add extra level type themes. You know, we had the, you know, ground, underground, castle, things like that. I think they should add stuff like desert, like the desert levels, ice, things of the sort. But I feel like for that, I think we'll get in. They're gonna pull like a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and say, "Hey, remember this game? It's getting ported to the Switch, and it'll be coming out pretty soon." And so I think that this Super Mario Maker 2 or Super Mario Maker Deluxe would be able to come in April of this year, and I wouldn't mind that. That'd be a pretty cool date. I'll probably buy it. And now we're gonna talk about some other games that a lot of people are talking about that people haven't, you know, talked about, but I think it's most likely going to be coming, and that's going to be Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 is pretty interesting because we've heard interviews from Miyamoto and all that talking about, hey, Pikmin 4 is actually in development, and then we've seen a couple saying, hey, Pikmin 4 is almost done, and there was even one where he was actually just straight out saying, hey, this Hey Pikmin game that was confirmed to come out in 2017. That's not Pikmin 4. That's something separate. I guess to make sure, Pikmin fans aren't pissed off. I don't know. But I believe Pikmin 4 is definitely going to come out this year. I think it's definite. I think that originally was going to come to the Wii U, but then it got delayed to come to the Switch later. That's just my opinion, but I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to come out in the summer. And for more specifically, I think it's going to come out in July. And let's talk about Retro Studios. So a lot of people are speculating on the next Retro Studios game probably coming out this year as well. In fact, a lot of people are thinking that it might be a new IP. And I actually believe this. I feel like it might probably be a new IP. So, I mean, really the only other games that Retro has really worked on as much is Metroid Prime and Donkey Kong. And what was the last game they made? Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which was in 2013. So it's pretty much been about 4 or 5 years since the last time they've released the game. So that means that whatever game they're working on, they've been working on it pretty hard. I think it might be a new IP. And here's my little bold prediction. I have a prediction that this IP is going to be a little bit more mature than the typical Nintendo IP. I'm just going to stop there. I don't know why. It's just, I feel like it's going to be an M-rated IP for some reason. Nintendo's very first M-rated IP, I could already see it. I already see it in all the news articles. Everybody's going nuts over it. But I feel like that would be like a fall title. So if, let's say Retro Studios' game gets confirmed either this year or at E3, I feel like it'll come out in the fall of this year, more specifically probably October. Either October or December, but I feel like October is more likely. I don't know why. And now the rest of them is just random ones that I've put together that might happen and might not. But some of them are usually typical of Nintendo, but you never know. Nintendo's been acting pretty differently lately. So here are just some things that I want to skim over a little. I think that in September we might probably get a Mario spin-off of some kind, whether it be Mario Party or a Mario Sports game. I feel like it's more likely going to be something like Mario Party 11. And so that leaves about three months. December, November, and May. So what do I have there? Well, one of them is going to be a long stretch, and the other two are just really wild card predictions. So let's get to the the long shot. I feel like Pokemon will be coming to the Switch this year. I had this thing that this year is going to be either Metroid or Pokemon, and then whichever one doesn't come out this year will come out next year. So I think that Pokemon will come out in November of this year. Because of that, I think Metroid Prime 4 is going to come out in 2019. I think Pokemon Switch has a very good chance of coming out this year, honestly. A lot of people are like, oh, that's not too short of a time. I'm like, really? I mean, being as how they probably started development on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon immediately after Sun and Moon ended development. And remember from that interview that they had the younger developers work on Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and the veterans work on the game for Switch. And then probably immediately after Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon finished development, everyone moved over to Switch, and probably everything's going to be moving much more smoothly. So I think it has a very good chance of coming out this year. That's just my opinion. And for my 2 wild cards, these ones are just really off the wall wild card that I personally want to see, but it'll probably never happen. So for May, my May prediction is that we're going to get a new WarioWare. We haven't seen Wario in a long time. The last WarioWare game we got, not counting Game & Wario, is WarioWare DIY. I'll be honest though, WarioWare DIY is a good game. I love it. But Game & Wario isn't really a true Wario game. I'm sorry. Either WarioWare or Wario Land, but I think WarioWare is more likely. Because I feel like Nintendo just forgot Wario Land existed ever since the Wii. In fact, I have a name for it. I would call it WarioWare Switch It Up. And this will probably be the game that has the most function out of the IR camera right here. I could see that being used, you know, HD Rumble and all that. But WarioWare Switch It Up. Let's make it happen in May. And as for my last prediction for December, I think that we might get a revival of an old IP. In other words, when I mean old, I mean like a game that probably hasn't had a game in several years or past couple generations. So F-Zero could be counted on here, but my prediction, my personal one, is towards a revival of the mysterious Murasame Castle. I don't know why I feel like this IP would be the next in line for a revival. It could happen. And now let's talk about the third parties. So, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I feel like this could be an October title too. I don't know why. As for Octopath Traveler, I could see this being just a basic summer title, either coming between June or August. But I think more likely would probably be June or July. I don't know why. And as for other random titles, I think GTA 5 will come out in the fall. Don't ask me why. And the Wolfenstein 2 game that's supposed to come out this year will probably be summer or spring. I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this new the new quality that I acquired on here. I'm balling right here, getting that Sony Vegas Pro. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye!